What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Fallout 4. My name is Splattercat. Pleased to have you here today. There's the building that we built. It's a little crappy and crotchety, but I figure it'll work for it. It's a little goober looking. I'm not super proud of it. I've actually had time to play the game for 3 or 4 hours in between on my other account now, and so I do have some experience with the game. By the way, we gotta go back over here. Which one was my house? There's a book that... Oh, there's a dude on the roof! He's not a fiddler, but I figure if we could get him some kind of musical instrument, we might be able to start our own personal musical. How cool would that be if I were a rich man? There we go. And so there's a book in your house on the floor that I missed. I do read your comments. Right now I'm uploading videos at such a high rate that it's hard for me to keep up with them all, but I do read your comments, and somebody said the book was on the floor, and indeed, I tested it on my other playthrough when I went through, and there it was. I don't know what we should increase. I think we should probably go with, charisma was like our main forte that we've been messing around with aside from intelligence, and so I'm thinking we could... It's a hard choice, but we could throw it into endurance, which would give us a little bit more HP, because I have noticed that we're really, really squishy. Charisma would make it easier for us to do stuff, although in this game, social interaction seems to take a backstage to just exploring and doing stuff. There's not a lot of cities and things in this game. I think one of the big motives that the developers appear to have in this title is that they limited the amount of NPCs to make the world seem more realistic, I guess. So if they could make the NPCs more fleshed out individually. And I've noticed that compared to the last couple games, there aren't hardly any NPCs in this game. And the ones that are kind of stay out of the way and avoid you. So, we go with luck. I mean, luck is one of those stats. It's a dump stat. And what I mean by that is that it's never a bad stat to put points into in Fallout. I mean, if you got nothing else you want, I'll go with... Let's go with a little endurance. I'd like to have some more HP. I sincerely and truly would. I know it's not one of our main stats, but bringing it up slightly and finding the bobblehead, that'll give us a 5 in endurance, which will be a bit more solid than what we have going on right now. Our farms, God, I'm a little bit ashamed of what I built over here in the previous episode because I've had like 2 days off now to fiddle around with other stuff. And my new base in my other playthrough, my personal one, oh, it looks so much nicer. Like the entire place looks really, really well set up. It actually looks like a place that was planned instead of just being kind of like meh. However, this building will work for right now. If I hold down the V key, I can open up our planning menu. 13 beds, 5 people. So how do I get more people? That's my next question, because I think that's what this place sorely lacks. Or maybe it's not sore, maybe it just lacks it without any sensation of pain. However, I think we can get new people, and I think we should. That weird misty effect, we get that here. You see how it's kind of fuzzy and foggy? We get that right here. It's not smog, though. It's when there's forest fires. And like around the time, the middle of the summer, this is what Northern California will look like. Probably about 50-60% of the days. It's just this weird haze that's in the air. I'm sure it's carcinogenic and terrible for you, but what are you going to do? I need to rope up all of the power armor kits that I had around, and I don't remember if I left one over here, but this place is basically where I'm going to collect all my power armor. Now, I saw some guy, he got his mounted up on this thing, and I don't know how exactly he did it. There we go. That's exactly what I was looking for, so you can modify this thing. Can we fix the busted parts? What does that take? Oh, we can just like... Yeah, let's go ahead and solder the whole thing back together then, or weld the whole thing back together. I think soldering... Ooh, we need a military-grade circuit board. I don't know if I should hold on to those or not. I mean, we've got another suit of armor that's up to the north. I went back to take a look at it when we were trying to rescue Dogmeat. We finally cleared out that thing for the Minutemen, which was great, but that was a bigger quest than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like an introductory quest where we wandered out there and just like shot a couple guys, and then they were like, cool, and then that was it. Like, you went on your way and everything was fine. This over here, it's unfortunate. There's a camp from here. There's a camp, like, up that way, sort of. It's unfortunate that they got killed in our playthrough by a Mirelurk or by a Rad Scorpion or something, because there's actually a pretty decent quest over there where you can get an okay reward. I don't know if it's randomized or not, but... You know that camp we found? It was a junkyard that had, like, 3 or 4 bodies in it? That's actually a quest location. I did it in my other playthrough, and I was pretty disappointed by it. I think in today's episode, since we focused a lot in the last couple episodes on doing main objectives, I'm probably just going to check some of these little outlying settlements over here and see if there's anything useful inside of them. If we can get ourselves a quest or two, that'll be a great way to occupy our time. I can't put this game down. I've really been hustling and playing it a lot, and I figure it's always easy for me just to turn on a camera and monologue for all of you. So why not do it? Like, strike while the iron's hot and all that. The series seems to be doing very, very well. It's healthy. People seem to be enjoying it. People seem to be very, very voracious as far as the content is concerned. Looks like we have some kind of Tato farm over here. Greetings, Tato-growing individuals.
We're a peaceful farm. We don't want any trouble. It's okay, I'm friendly. Not looking to cause any trouble.
If you say so, but be warned, we're armed here, so don't try anything. Let me tell you, farming ain't easy. Out in the field all day, every day, and every minute of it spent watching your back.
You gotta be careful. Never know who you can trust these days.
Won't argue with that. Blake Abernathy. You new to the Commonwealth?
Yes. And no. It's a long story.
Either way, good to see a new face. How about you? Ever think about working the land?
Don't know. Never really thought about it.
Hell, neither did I. I was born into it. Word of advice, though. If you do start up a farm, be ready to deal with the raiders. Why do all the hard work when you can just take what you want at gunpoint?
What about the Minutemen? If you join up, we can all help each other against the raiders.
You don't say. I thought the Minutemen were all gone. Last time those raiders hit us, my daughter Mary tried to stand up to them. Now she's buried out back of the house. Only 21 years old, and they shot her down without a thought. So you can understand why I'm glad to hear the Minutemen are back. Although, a bit too late for my Mary.
We're here now. Anything we can do?
I don't have much to offer, but those raiders that killed Mary, they took her locket too. It's been in Connie's family for generations. If you could get it back, it'd mean a lot to us.
Do you know where they're coming from?
Yeah, pretty sure I do. One of them mentioned Olivia while they were here. My guess is they're holed up in that old USAF station.
Wait. We already cleared that place out. Let's talk to the wife real quick.
What you did for us. How much you did for Mary. I know it's not much, but any trading you want to do, I'll go easy on the price. Let me know if there's anything you want to take a look at.
Yeah, let's barter. Let's do this thing because I need bullets like badly. So we've got some bullets right there, 45 rounds. We can slot those into one of our bigger rifles, I think. Either that or the revolver. One of the two. In fact, she's got the gun that goes with the bullet right there. I figured out the bullet is listed right there. I don't know. Sometimes in the heat of the moment, I was also sleep deprived. Ooh. There's military fatigues. I don't think it's as good as what we have. But, I mean, it'd be kind of badass to put on fatigues underneath our armor. I don't know what these shipments do. And the game really hasn't said anything about it. So, at a certain point, I'm probably going to have to test it out and see what happens here. It's worth 585. It's going to cost me some cash to do that, though. I don't know how I feel about that. Do I have anything that I could trade on over? We can get asbestos out of the chalk just in case. So, fun fact, kids, don't snort chalk. Apparently, that's bad for you. I learned a thing today. Apparently, I've got to give up yet another one of my vices. Got so many fusion cores, too. I need to find a few more suits of power armor and bring those back in. So, I have all this stuff. There's a camo bandana. When did I get that one? I don't know. We'll sell the gold watch. One thing at a time. I'm trying not to get too caught up. We've also got the metal arm. I forgot about that. Okay. We've also got the mini nuke. I think I could probably drop that on over. I've never been a fan of the mini nuke. It just seems like a weapon that taunts me into killing myself. Like, if you give me a mini nuke, I can almost guarantee I'm going to kill myself with it by the end of the episode. By the end of my play session, I will have reloaded several saves, and so I tend to stay away from it just due to the fact that I suck at everything. We have so much pre-war money. I'll probably get rid of that once we find somebody that can actually afford us, or that can actually afford to have it dropped on them. For right now, I'll take it down. It looks like she's got about, I can put in 40 of it, and that'll get us almost to where I want to be with cash. There it is, and so we'll go ahead and finalize that trade. Make a little bit of money there. Caps are starting to pile on up, although I think we are going to need them as time goes along. So, do I still have that quest? Because maybe I missed it, I don't know. I would hate to have to go back up in here and look around over the long term, but that's the place right there, and it says that it's cleared. Let's take our data menu real fast. Got Diamond City, bring Jet to Mama Murphy. Abernathy Farm. Oh, yeah, it looks like I can actually work on stuff all over the place. Okay. Sanctuary Hills is chilling at 21 happiness. I wish they were a little bit happier, but until I find a few more bits and pieces, I can't really defend the place in the way that it's meant to be defended. I don't see the quest in here, but then again, I didn't see it light up either. Let's talk to him one more time.
Looking to trade a little.
Sure thing.
Oh, he'll trade with me? I'm not sure what just happened right there, but it let me take all of his stuff. I kind of feel like an asshole. I'll probably take these potato plants. Here, let's grab these. I found the game plays better in third person. At least for me, I've noticed accuracy is better in third person. I don't know if that's for everybody, but for me, it seems to be working a tad better. I think it must have counted. I'm not really super sure. I thought that right there was a hand with 2 fingers out. I was like, that's kind of a dirty gesture. What could possibly be found over here? They'd be like, oh, it's the village brothel. Don't worry about it. I do need these melons, too. Let me grab these. I'm not super stoked about carrying them around with me, but when we go back to our little homestead at Sanctuary, I think we're probably going to have to renovate the place a tad. This looks like some old factory over here. It looks similar to the places we used to have around town when I was a kid. We don't have factories in the United States anymore, at least not around here. There's a Budweiser factory like 1 freeway exit from where I live. But aside from that, not a lot of factories around here anymore. When I was a kid, there was 3 or 4 factories in our town. There was an Onion. There was there was a bunch of them around there. A whole bunch of them. Then they all kind of just closed up shop and left. What gun do I have right now? That's not a happy sound. Oh, shit. There we go. Got you. If only I could aim. If only I could aim. Alright, well, it appears to be slightly irradiated. What did I just shoot with? What gun am I using? I'm using this one. Where did oh, that's right, we got that machine gun thing. Oh, yeah, the excitement is mounting right now. I forgot about excitement, feel free. A tactical hardened rifle. Cool. Oh, this is gonna be the shiz. Oh, we've got so many wait, we're using screws as a... I was hoping we made a real aim... I was hoping we would make a real reflex sight, but it appears as though we failed miserably. Oh, no. So wait, I thought this thing goes auto. Maybe I installed something on it that made it not go auto. I'm okay with that, actually. Military-grade duct tape. Oh, we got a radiation storm coming in. I was going to say, there was no radiation over here just a second ago. What's going on now? This is our first gun that I actually feel really confidently about, although I am going to quick save because who even knows. I'm going to try and get the recoil's a little bit nasty on this thing. The ghoul roamers are not something I'm enthused about facing off with. They're sort of nasty little shabby selves. They're hard to deal with. What's this guy got going on over here? So there's a Reaver. That's the really nasty ones right there with the armor and whatnot. Got a gold-plated flip lighter over here. None of this stuff appears to be lootable. There's a radio here somewhere, which means I need to find it and annihilate it. Silver table knife. So why do you pick up the silver table knives? You can actually get silver out of them if you scrap them. That's how they become useful, in case you were wondering. Probably take all of that stuff right there. I don't know if I should turn on a light, though. Seems like a bad plan to me. I love the fact that they put in atmospheric things like, you know, random radiation storms and whatnot, although I find it hard to believe that after 200 years, the place is still irradiated. It seems unlikely to me. It seems unlikely to me. I don't know. If you look at something like Chernobyl, that was like, what, 50 years ago or something like that? When was the Chernobyl meltdown? I actually have no time frame, so one of my Ukrainian friends will have to help me out with that one. And anyways, with Chernobyl, even now, it's still irradiated slightly, but it's not nearly as bad as it was when it first happened. So I find it hard to believe that after 200 years, it'd still be like an irradiated hellscape out here. Nothing inside this building, although it looks like there's something up on the roof right there. Let's see if we can scope this corpse out. Oh, there's a duffel with 43 apparently, we found what's his name? Oh, man. Joke ruined. I was trying to remember the name of that guy that parachuted out of that plane. Well, it's an American urban legend, I think. Watch out for traps. Did they use the same... I haven't listened to the radio at all in this game because I find it to be really, really repetitive in the previous games. Did they use the same songs in this game? I'll have to listen to it at some point and find out. Pre-war money. What's this right here? Oh, another Grognak. Critical hits with unarmed and melee attacks permanently do plus 5% damage. That's kind of a cool picture. The Wicked Shipping Trailer Key. Oh, look at that. They got a Nuka-Cola Quantum Keychain. That's pretty badass. It's inside this shipping terminal. Anything that I desire. The client is General Atomics. Invoice GA. It's from the General Atomics, or it's going to the Atomics factory. Uranium pellets. Okay. I don't know if we'll be needing uranium anytime soon, but we might. Chrysalis Motors. There's the Corvega. I think this is just unlocking locations on the map. Essentially, their little shipping manifest to let you know where things are. There's a Mass Fusion Containment Center. Might be useful for getting a little bit more fuel for our power armor. I'm thinking this rifle is going to play a major part in the next hour or two of our gameplay. This is a useful gun to have around. Man, it's so foggy and fuzzy out here. So if we needed to get into the shipping center, where is that hiding at? Headshots appear to knock him back a little bit. Looks like we've got yet another power armor assembly area. Man, in keeping with American tradition, everybody had power armor out here. Like, listen, it clearly said in the Constitution, we have the right to bear power armor.
Blake, I want you to listen to me as a brother here. This whole deal with Eddie is wicked shiesty. I mean, what kind of business partner threatens to kill you if the deal doesn't go his way? We are in way over our heads, man. I can't see a way out of this. No way except shutting down and getting out of Dodge. Give me a chance to talk this out with your face.
Alright. That sounded like it was Fry. I'm pretty sure that was Philip J. Fry. We gotta find the shipping center. Gotta get that money. We got the key, so we might as well have a look around and see if we can't find the damn thing. I ain't trust nobody around here, though. A muzzled, powerful pipe pistol. Some corn, a red stag hide outfit. Is that our guy? Oh, they kept the safe in one of the trucks? It's an odd place to put it. Then again, they were wicked smart, so what are you gonna do? Mad wicked pissa! Alright, so we got 38 right there. Gold-plated flip lighter, pipe pistol, pre-war money. I'll probably take it just so I can break it. I mean, if you ain't gonna take it and you ain't gonna break it, you ain't gonna make it, because you won't have the screws and all of the other random little bits and bobs you need to have in order to get by and upgrade your guns fully. And in my experience so far, it has seemed to me as though it's a very, very Gary. It has seemed to me as though it's a very, very, very good idea to upgrade your firearms. We had a couple of episodes where we struggled due to the fact that our guns were not doing enough damage. And I found that upgrading your guns early is a really, really good way to spend your time. I don't see a safe. Maybe it's this little thing right here. This is the only door we haven't opened, so... Gotta find the shipping area. No, we've been in here, too. Missed that ammo box, though, the last time I wandered through, so I suppose it's probably a good thing. If we get, like, a real pump shotty, I'd feel better about all this. I'll tell you that much right now. What's in the loft? Since we already found the Grognak comic, I'm assuming that there's not a whole lot more over here that we can find. Most of the locations seem to be limited to having, like, one useful thing. And again, what do I know about the game? I've only had it for like a day and a half now. Although this time I'm playing with my full faculties because I actually slept, so that's good. Took a little nap. Come on, get up there. There you go. You can still use the old Bethesda trick where if you get stuck on a clipping plane, you can jump while holding still and let you get into places that... It's like the oldest bug in their entire engine and it still exists. There's a pipe pistol over here. Dead lady in a compromising position. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I don't want to know. Ain't much else up here, though. I don't see anything that's like shipping or handling or receiving or anything like that. So, this location might be tapped out. I was really kind of hoping... Look, dead guy right here. Oh, that's yet another feral ghoul. Chem station over there. And that loops back over to that side. Okay, I appreciate the prevalence of all the random crafting stations. Kind of a nice thing to have. Know the developers are looking out for you. I think... Where do I want to go from here? What's that house right there? Something we haven't uncovered, and I think we have a vested interest in making sure that... How far away is that? Oberlin Station. Oh, it's down by Jalbert. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and clear out the area around where we live. I think it's a smart plan. I think it's a good plan to have the area scouted around where you live. Make sure you don't have any, like, obvious booby traps or problems coming at you. Identify the fact that if there is indeed a bad guy around, you can take him out. Jet slows time for 10 seconds. I may actually give that a go. I think that got a buff right there, and I'd like to give it a try. Jet might be one of those things where a casual addiction might actually benefit us long term. I think if you get yourself into a nasty firefight, being able to slow down bullet time or whatever might be a good thing. I need, not stim packs. Oh, really? I'm low on stim packs. That's not good. Need to use some Radaway, though. Our radiation levels are getting a tiny bit high. What can I do with this? Obviously, I can hack it. And so, you know how I had trouble with it previously? It's a little bit different from the original games in that the likeness is for position and for letter. And so you want to find things like Army, for example, would automatically be out right here because this one says it has nothing in common with the password, and Army has an M in the third slot. So you'd probably want to do something like draw would be a good guess, but unfortunately that one didn't work either. That reset my tries, unfortunately. I wasn't really looking for that just yet. If you have trouble with this, it might also be a good plan. So draw was the last one. It's got to be something like packed in. Yeah, I was going to say. That was the only one that didn't totally fit so far. Let's have the Protectron. We'll have him be law enforcement. And then after he becomes law enforcement, we'll activate him. And hopefully he doesn't come at me. Cool. What'd be really badass is if you could reprogram him, and then if you reprogram it, it would send him back to the towns that you have already captured and created, so that you would have Protectrons walking around. That would be super cool, right? It's one of those little features that I thought about when I was just kind of sitting around in my off time, diddling, hanging out. Well, we didn't find what that key went to. That's a little upsetting. Wish that I knew, but I don't. I don't know if it was even for here. Take a look at the key real fast. Miscellaneous. Speaking of which, the key, you know that big storage room that was inside of the Corvega plant? We didn't get the key to that place because apparently you looted off one of the guys you kill when they attack the Museum of Freedom. And so anyways, in order to get that, I have to go back and find it. The Wicked Shipping trailer key. So it goes to a trailer. I don't see any closed trailers. Is it this guy? There we go. It's a good thing I went in and checked. I was looking for doors and whatnot. It was a trailer key. Perfect example of how I'm terrible at everything. We've got a couple of good guns in there. And actually, I'm not interested in the guns, but I am interested in breaking them down. Just sort of giving them a light, I don't know, toasting as far as my insults go so that I can take their parts. We got some busted-ass trees and wood over there. Let's go check out. How come that water is not irradiated? Odd. Very, very odd. Some, like, water in this game is super irradiated. And I don't know if that's due to the fact that, like, does radiation hold in water better than other substances? I wouldn't really know. I've never actually studied anything like that. Ooh, tough blow. Wow. That was a hit? I was way off to the right. Yeah. Let me zoom out real quick. Ooh, he's on that side too. Alright, screw it. Noob mode. There's one. I always have trouble hitting bloat flies when they're moving around like that. Obviously, that's probably the point of the critter, but for right now... What the hell? That water's acting all weird. Freaking me out. We got a chem station right there. I actually need a weapon station so I can break some of this stuff down. Let's check the house real quick, though, while we're here. Got another dead lady on that side. A runaway's holotape. See what we got here.
October 22nd, 2077. I finally told them tonight.
Perfect.
And it was bad. Real bad.
Hey, did you turn off my holotape?
October 22nd, 2077. I finally told them tonight. And it was bad. Real bad. Dad was shouting, telling me I should be ashamed, that I had to get out of the house. Mom just cried, and somehow that hurt worse than anything else. She didn't say a word, not even when I packed my things. I can't go to John. He doesn't even know yet. Maybe he'll never know. If it weren't for the cabin, I wouldn't have a place to sleep. Just need some time to think. Last time I was here, I was just a little girl playing clubhouse in this old cabin. Now I'm really scared. Will anything ever be right again?
Troubles of the future seem remarkably similar to the troubles of the current. I will see you all later. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Fallout 4. It's always a pleasure to hang out with you guys for a little while and take a look at this fantastic game. I'll see y'all in future episodes. How do, everybody?